Welcome to Alpha Marketing, your go-to resource for unlocking the full potential of your small to medium-sized business. Hosted by Aaron Shishilla, CEO of Wolfpack Advising. Now, let's learn how to dominate your market.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Marketing Alpha. I'm filling in for Aaron Shishilla on this deep dive, and today we're tackling something that I think every small business owner out there can relate to.
Yeah.
Keeping up with social media trends.
It really is like drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah, you finally get the hang of like one platform and bam!
Totally.
A new one pops up,
Yeah.
or the algorithm changes, and it's like, wait a minute, I just figured this out.
Right.
But we got to stay on top of it though, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
social media, that's where our customers are.
Absolutely. And it's so much more than just like, kind of keeping up appearances or, being present.
Yeah.
Social media trends are really like a direct line to what your audience is thinking and feeling, what they're doing right now.
Okay.
And ignoring them is kind of like turning a blind eye to valuable market research.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But, let's get practical here for a second.
Sure.
Let's say I'm a small business owner.
Okay.
I'm running a local bakery. I'm already swamped, right? A million things on my plate.
Yeah.
How do I even begin to try and keep up with all these trends without, losing my mind?
You don't have to become a full-time trend analyst.
Okay.
The key is to be strategic about it.
Mm.
So for starters, think about the people you already admire in your industry.
Okay.
Are there other bakers out there that are crushing it on social media?
Yeah.
Maybe they're constantly experimenting with new video formats on Instagram, or they have a knack for jumping on trending hashtags or whatever.
So basically stalk my competition,
Yeah.
but in a nice way.
Not exactly stalking, more like strategic observation.
Okay.
See what they're doing, see how their audience is responding, and, ask yourself, could this work for my bakery?
I like it.
You can learn a ton just by observing.
Okay. That's manageable.
Yeah.
What about all those fancy tools
Yeah.
I keep hearing about?
Yeah.
Are those worth investing in as a small business?
Some of them can be incredibly helpful, especially as your business grows. But before you shell out big bucks for some of these things, start with the free ones.
Okay.
Google Trends, for example.
Google Trends. Okay.
It's a gold mine. I mean, let's say you're the baker and Valentine's Day is coming up.
Okay.
Pop Valentine's Day cookies into Google Trends.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how interest has spiked in previous years.
Uh-huh.
That gives you a clue about when to start promoting your heart-shaped goodies.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never thought to use Google Trends that way.
Yeah.
I usually just use that for SEO, keyword research, and things like that.
It's surprisingly versatile.
Okay.
And don't forget the insights that are built right into the social platforms themselves.
All right.
Like TikTok's Discover page,
Mm-hmm.
Twitter's Trending tab.
Yeah,
Those are like live feeds of what's hot right now.
that's true.
Spend a few minutes each day just browsing those.
Right.
You'll quickly get a feel for what's resonating.
All right. So we've got expert inspiration. We've got some free tools.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I should be doing?
Absolutely. Think about the communities you're already a part of.
Okay.
Maybe there's like a Facebook group for local bakers or a subreddit dedicated to small business marketing.
Mm-hmm.
These online communities are like virtual water coolers, You can get real-time insights from people that are facing those same challenges as you.
I could see how that would be helpful for sure.
Yeah.
But how do you sift through all the noise? Because not every trend is going to be relevant to my little bakery, right?
You are absolutely right. Not every trend is worth chasing.
Okay.
And that's where the real skill comes in, figuring out which trends are worth your time and energy.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a little secret. It's not always about being the first one on board.
Okay.
Sometimes it's better to wait, see how a trend evolves, and then put your own unique spin on it.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's less about jumping on every bandwagon.
Right.
And more about choosing the ones that really make sense for my brand and my audience.
Exactly. It's like trying on clothes. Just because something is trendy doesn't mean it's going to fit your style.
Right.
You need to find the trends that align with your brand's personality and the message you want to convey.
So if my bakery is known for being whimsical and fun, I probably shouldn't jump on a trend that's super serious
Exactly.
or edgy.
You got it.
Okay.
Think about what makes your bakery unique,
Mm-hmm.
and then look for trends that you can adapt to fit that vibe.
Okay.
You can even turn a potentially negative trend into a positive one by adding your own twist.
So if everyone's complaining about something online,
Yeah.
maybe I could make cookies that poke fun at the situation and lighten the mood.
Now you're getting it.
Okay.
That's how you stand out from the crowd and make a trend your own.
Right.
It's about being creative and strategic, not just blindly following the masses.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, so we talked about finding inspiration from those industry leaders, right?
Yeah.
And using tools like Google Trends to like spot potential trends. But let's dive a little deeper into the how do you actually take those trends and incorporate them into your social media strategy?
That's the part I'm still a little fuzzy on.
Yeah.
I get the theory,
Yeah.
but putting it into practice is where I'm like, oh boy.
I hear ya.
Yeah.
It's like having all the ingredients for a cake,
Right.
but not knowing how to bake it.
Yeah.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
Step 1 is understanding your audience.
Okay.
What are their interests? What are they talking about online? What kind of content do they engage with the most?
So like good old-fashioned market research.
Yeah.
But instead of like sending out surveys, I'm like stalking them online.
Exactly.
In a non-creepy way. Of
Such
course.
a non-creepy way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get a feel for their online behavior.
Okay.
What hashtags are they using? What kind of videos are they watching? What are their pain points?
Okay.
Once you have a good understanding of your audience,
Yeah.
then you can start to look for trends that align with their interests.
That makes sense. But what if I've found a trend?
Right.
It seems perfect for my bakery.
Okay.
Do I just like jump on it and start posting?
Not so fast.
Okay.
Remember, it's not just about following a trend. It's about adapting it to your brand
Okay.
and your unique voice.
Got it.
Let's go back to our Valentine's Day cookie example.
Okay.
Maybe the trend is all about like these super elaborate cookie decorating videos.
Yeah.
But you know your audience loves your quirky sense of humor.
Right.
Instead of trying to create this like super polished video, you can make a funny time lapse of yourself, like trying and hilariously failing to decorate a heart-shaped cookie.
I love that.
Right.
It's so good because it's unexpected.
It's relatable.
It's relatable. It fits my brand personality.
Totally.
And it takes the pressure off of me trying to be like, perfect at this thing.
Exactly.
I love it.
And think about ways to encourage audience participation.
Okay.
Maybe you ask your followers to share their own cookie decorating fails. Well, that's fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Or invite them to vote on their favorite cookie design or something.
I like it.
The more you can involve your audience, the more engagement you're going to get.
So it's not just about posting about the trend. It's about using it to like connect with my audience in a fun and authentic way.
You nailed it.
Okay.
And remember, speed is key when it comes to trends.
Okay.
You don't want to be the last one to the party.
Makes sense.
So once you've found a trend that fits,
Yeah.
act fast.
Okay, but what if I miss the boat?
Yeah.
What if like a trend blows up overnight and I'm just like, oh shoot, I'm not prepared.
Don't worry, there will always be new trends emerging.
Okay.
The key is to have a system in place
Right.
for spotting and evaluating trends. So you're not constantly playing catch up.
Got it.
Remember all those tools and communities we talked about?
Right. Yeah.
Those are your secret weapons.
So even if I miss one, I'll be ready for the next one.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And here's another tip. Don't be afraid to experiment. Okay.
Not every trend you try is going to be a home run,
Yeah, that's true.
but that's okay.
Right.
The beauty of social media is you can constantly test and tweak your approach.
Right.
Use those analytics.
Okay.
See what's resonating with your audience, what's falling flat, learn from your mistakes, and keep iterating.
So it's all about being adaptable
Yeah.
and constantly learning and evolving.
Precisely. The social media landscape is always changing.
It really is.
The businesses that thrive are the ones that are willing to embrace that change
Yeah.
and experiment.
Okay. I'm feeling a little more confident now.
Good.
But I have to be honest.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with all this while running a business can feel overwhelming,
I hear that.
especially for small business owners that are short on time
Yep.
and resources.
Yeah.
Any advice?
Absolutely. First, remember, you don't have to do everything.
Okay.
Start small,
Okay.
choose 1 or 2 strategies that feel manageable,
Mm-hmm.
and just focus on those. Maybe you dedicate 30 minutes each day to browsing industry blogs or engaging in a relevant online community or something.
Okay.
Even small steps can make a big difference.
So find those little pockets of time
Yeah.
where I can sneak in some trend research.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
Oh, good.
If you have a team delegate,
Okay.
maybe somebody on your team is a natural social media whiz or like enjoys keeping up with the latest trends. Empower them to share their knowledge
Okay.
and contribute to your social media strategy.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Now let's talk about one more crucial element here. Staying ahead of the curve.
Right.
How do we prepare for those trends that haven't even emerged yet?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's like trying to predict the future
Kinda.
of social media.
It is, yeah.
Is that even possible?
Well, you don't need a crystal ball.
Okay.
The key is to cultivate a mindset of curiosity
Okay.
and continuous learning.
Got it.
Encourage your team to attend webinars, read industry publications, and even experiment with new platforms that are gaining traction.
So basically never stop learning and exploring.
Exactly. The social media landscape is constantly evolving.
Right.
The businesses that thrive are the ones that are willing to embrace that change
Okay.
and adapt.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about keeping up with the trends of today.
Right.
It's about being prepared for
The trends of tomorrow.
the trends of tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But how do you know which new platforms are worth investing time in?
Right.
I mean, there's new apps popping up every day.
That's true.
It's hard to know.
That's where a little bit of intuition and
Okay.
strategic thinking comes in.
Okay.
Look for platforms that are gaining traction with your target audience.
All right.
Pay attention to what the industry leaders are talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and don't be afraid to dip your toes in the water and experiment. You might just discover the next big thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm feeling inspired.
Good.
So to recap, we talked about finding inspiration,
Yep.
using free tools, understanding our audience, adapting trends to our brand,
Uh-huh.
staying active in communities,
Yes.
and most importantly, being curious and willing to experiment.
Love that.
Is there anything else we should keep in mind as we're navigating this ever-changing world of social media?
One last thing.
Okay.
Don't forget to have fun.
Right.
Social media should be a way to connect with your audience
Mhm.
and showcase your brand's personality.
For
So
sure.
relax, experiment,
Yeah.
and enjoy the ride.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. So we've covered a ton of ground here,
We have.
from spying on our competitors in a friendly way, of course,
Of course.
to embracing those happy accidents, in the kitchen
Exactly.
with our cookie decorating.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, I want to
Yeah.
touch on something that we haven't really discussed.
All right.
What about those times when a trend just feels wrong?
Yeah. Maybe it's a bit too edgy for my brand or it goes against my values.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to participate?
That's a great question. And the answer is a resounding no.
Okay, good.
You are never obligated to jump on a trend that doesn't feel authentic to your brand.
Okay.
In fact, sometimes the best thing you can do is sit one out.
So it's okay to say this isn't for me
Absolutely.
and move on.
Your audience can sniff out inauthenticity a mile away.
That's true.
And if a trend feels forced or out of alignment with your brand, it's better to skip it altogether.
That's a relief to hear because sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, ugh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I'd much rather stay true to my brand than chase every shiny object that comes along.
Now, that being said,
Yeah.
there might be times when you can find a creative way to participate in a trend without compromising your values.
Okay.
Maybe you put a humorous spin on it, or find a way to tie it back to your brand's mission. So if everyone's doing that dance challenge that's a little too risque for my bakery, I could do a blooper reel of me trying to decorate cookies while dancing.
Exactly. You're still participating in the trend,
Yeah.
but in a way that feels authentic to your brand and your audience.
I love that.
Right.
It's all about finding that sweet spot where creativity meets strategy.
Precisely. And remember, the ultimate goal of social media is to connect with your audience
Mm-hmm.
and build relationships.
Right.
And when you're authentic and true to yourself, that shines through in your content.
And that's what makes people want to follow you, engage with your content, and ultimately become loyal customers.
Well said. So as you navigate the world of social media trends,
Yes.
remember to stay curious,
Okay.
experiment,
Mm-hmm.
and most importantly, have fun.
Such great advice. Thank you so much for joining us on Marketing Alpha today.
It's been my pleasure.
Hopefully everyone listening, you walked away with some valuable insights and actionable strategies to take your social media game to the next level. And remember, Aaron will be back next week
You will.
with another deep dive into the world of marketing.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, keep those social feeds buzzing.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to Alpha Marketing. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other business owners and marketers. Your support enables us to continue bringing you actionable advice and the tools you need to thrive. Join us next time for more insights with Aaron Shishilla, and keep striving to be the alpha in your market.